And a very pleasant good day. This is Owen McCafferty again, bringing a short message to you brought by Professional Fusion. I had a series of meetings and really a very good time at the recent VMX meeting in Orlando, Florida. I jumped over there on the 26th of January and left on the 29th, and in the process picked up 14 and a half hours of continuing ed. Of course, I have quite a bit of continuing ed already from July 1st of 2024 through January 25th of 2025. I had amassed over 173 hours. Not necessarily veterinary related continuing ed, but continuing ed as a CPA, as being certified in financial forensics, certified as a global management accountant, and then being a fellow of the American College of the Forensic Examiner Institute. So there's quite a few different things, and I'm also licensed in 6 separate states, and they have separate requirements, some of which are coincidental, some are not. And also because I'm a member of the American Institute of CPAs and each individual state, there are separate requirements for things like ethics. So with all of that going on, plus the fact that if I can, I try to catch a video webcast brought to you by the Veterinary Hospital Managers Association or any other related veterinary entity. But my certified veterinary practice manager continuing education requirement is 48 hours every 2 years, 24 of which have to be in live presentations and not webcasts. So as a result of that, I look for places to go like the VMX, where you get great continuing education. A lot of the people speaking were not only friends of mine, but some of whom I may have even tutored from time to time. So it's a good meeting and a very inexpensive meeting. The hotel rooms are always a challenge, you know that, and traveling back and forth can be that way. But I would strongly encourage you, if you haven't had a chance, to really spend a little time and splurge and get some great continuing education, not only that qualifies, but also a chance to meet a lot of friends, both past and present, and even some in the future. So that's always a good time, so I would recommend it. One of the things that I learned at the Veterinary Management Association meetings, and specifically the one that I just had at VMX, was the perception that I retired. Well, I can assure you, and I can say this ex cathedra, that's from the chair of Peter, for those of you with a little knowledge in Latin, that I have not retired. In fact, I work 5.5 days a week, 5 hours on Saturday usually, sometimes more, depends on busy season or not. Some days I'll be working Saturdays and Sundays, as I did this last time, when I go on the road for continuing ed or to meet with a client. But, and then Monday through Friday, I put in easily a 10-hour day. And I usually am in the office by 6:30, 7 o'clock. Sometimes I'll sleep in till about 7:50, and then I leave at about 6:15 every day. So I can assure you, with no lunch, usually, I can assure you I am not retired, and in fact, I'm spending every waking hour trying to stay current with the multiple certifications and also to get a perception of where things are going, as well as doing tax accounting and practice management work. So it's an exciting time. I'm having so much fun. I just don't believe that I deserve this much fun. But I can assure you I am not under any circumstances retiring. In fact, as I've always said, and some of you that hear these narratives will laugh when I say it, but retirement is your way of telegraphing God it's time to come home. And I can assure you I've got way too much work for that. So when my time comes, I won't know, but I sure hope I'm working when I do it. I'm lucky too, because my son Hugh works with me, my sister-in-law Carrie works with me, and my daughter-in-law Catherine, also known as Kat, work with me. And then I used to have Mara and Bridget working with me too, but Mara now is an attorney, and Bridget is a very proud mother of two in Santa Monica, California. So with all that in mind, I just want to assure you that we are not retiring. We are going full bore. My son Hugh, who I think many of you know, has been involved in veterinary medicine since he was 12 years old, maybe 10. And let's just say that it's over 30 years that he's been serving in the profession. So with that in mind, and celebrating my 50th year in accounting, 48th year as a CPA, and 48 years working and being honored to serve the veterinary profession and the dental profession, I am for sure still going full bore. I still have quite a bit to learn, still have quite a bit to do. All right, so with that in mind, it was just a short little narrative. This has very little continuing education value except a clarification of a confusion that exists. And I also would like to say that one of the things that I hope not to find when I go to these meetings are those individuals that become ill or die who are good friends. And this last year, it was with great sadness that one of the most wonderful and devoted consultants to veterinary medicine, Mr. Mark H. Opperman, CVPM. In fact, he started the Veterinary Hospital Managers Association himself, as well as the certification program for veterinary practice managers, has died. And his loss is still heartfelt. And you have to get used to that there are people that will leave this earth, but you sure hope not as young as poor Mark. So when you go to these meetings, it's a good reason not only to spend time in continuing education or in the exhibit hall, but equally is, in fact, more important is to maintain connectivity with your good friends, both those that have worked with you, those that have attended instruction with you, those that have attended university education with you. So with all that in mind, I'd like to say it sure is nice to be here. This is Owen McCafferty, again speaking on behalf of the kindness of Professional Fusion, wishing you adieu.